we kill, that over there?
Welcome back, folks. The Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, we've explored the rest of this floor, including finding a machine that dispensed high-quality footwear, some of which we're using. Now we have two people that are super fast when they're moving around. This means that at least if we collide with an encounter a little too early, Terry won't be all alone. And let's face it, we want a super fast Korgan, because we want a super fast Simulacrum Korgan as well. We've opened up the way out, so let's go out and see where we emerge. The answer is, we emerge here. And there are a group of Goblin Commandos and Kobold Commandos that we're just going to take care of. I don't think our ranged combatants have anything to fear from these foes. There we go. Should be easy to take care of them. That's 3 taken care of. I believe there is one on that pillar as well. And yes, there is. You can take care of that one. You can take care of this one. Marvellous. And one more arrow should do the trick. Brilliant. Here begins the tests of madness, of sanity and clarity. Presented with nonsense, how will you proceed? What's going on here? I demand to know. The procedures laid down proceed regardless of time or circumstances. Such is the nature of this place. Protests are futile. This area works on its own, allowing the directors to watch in safety. You are here, and there is no other way out. Comply or die. You are sane enough to understand that. Now, when madness beckoned, how did you answer? Now comes the judgment, where we decide your fitness for life outside. Then ask away, and I shall pass. I will not resist if it speeds the process. Very good. Restraint is a good sign. Perhaps you are closer to release than I thought. We shall see. And now we must do battle with a single spore colony. Suffice to say, I'm not especially worried about this encounter. I think ranged combat and Terry and Korgan dealing with this is more than enough. Now comes a test of sense. A test to see if madness pollutes. 'Twas in the wood that I got it, so I sat down to seek it. I could not find it no matter how hard I looked, and so I took it home with me. What is it? I think that is a splinter. A splinter? Clarity. You see through a muttering to pull the single piece of intelligence within. A sign of sanity? Or of understanding madness? More questions amid the secret places. And now we're here. There is a table we can loot. Let us loot it, shall we? We also have apparition, 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 and Fred. No, it's an apparition.
Whatever you want.
Ooh, there's a cloak here. Let's have a look at this magical cloak. This is the Cloak of Reflection. Oh ho! Vaughn Druid Slayer crafted up his cloak and used it with great success in his campaign to eliminate the druids from all woods south of Baldur's Gate. His campaign ended abruptly when he encountered a flock of wyverns who were attracted by the cloak's sheen. They killed Vaughn and used the cloak to cover their nest, serving to protect their young during electrical storms. This not only gives you 100% electrical resistance, it also reflects all electrical damage back to the source. This is a fantastic cloak, and we're going to be giving it to you. Now you have 2 icons.
Yes.
Let us talk to these apparitions and see if they have anything to say. Found your way to this place, did you? What, I wonder, drove you here? Wandering the edges of madness, did you expect to find sense and reason? None in this place, no matter how thorough the searching. To even suggest such a thing from the departed and deranged. Aye, it suggests imbalance even in the asking. Then what is the proper fate? Answer nonsense with nonsense. Let a backstep of logic move them forward. No sense to be had. Let us see how far into the strangeness you can stride. Answer me this, and decide where you end. It is better than the best of things, and worse than the worst of things. You love it more than life. You fear it more than death. The rich have need of it, and the poor have it in endless supply. That is nothing. Giddy I am with the clarity of your perception, but free you are not. Have my fellows questions for this young madwoman? That is more than certain. Another path of words to wander through and seek and end. It runs as it will, but never does it walk. There is a mouth to see, but never does it talk. A bed it surely owns, but never does it sleep. Possesses it a head, but not a one that weeps. Why are we stuck in a place full of riddles? It is inevitable that a place like this would use riddles as a test. Why are you giving me that look, Dawn? It was a rhetorical question. Never mind. The answer to this is a river. An answer that moves you forward, though only if you know where you begin. Answer another from my kind to progress. And know that though there is no sense, progression is measured by a scale unknown. Move on, move on. I make you weak at the worst of all times, but in the end I keep you safe. You'll sweat in my presence even as you grow cold. I dwell with the weak, rarely the brave, but without me, who could tell the difference? This is fear. A success that moves you towards goals you cannot know. Does it satisfy? Who can say? It does, though not enough. One last wordplay to see if you think as we. Then you shall get what you could not have had. It brings back the lost as though never gone, shines laughter or tears with light long since shone, a moment to make, a lifetime to shed, valued when, but lost when you're dead. This would be memory. Your thoughts are clear and flowing, and free you are from here, onward to places secret and rewarding. Yes, onward, and leave this festive place. You will see the unknown, and if willing, receive its gifts. That makes very little sense at all. Then it is more than I would have hoped from a room of the maddened dead. And here we are in another room. And I should probably switch away this shield. Actually, should I? No! I thought that was the glow from the Shield of Balduran. It's actually the glow from the cloak that we've just equipped. Very similar magical looking effect there. I actually want to switch out your bow and move forward. What threat are we going to face here? Ah! We're going to face some trolls. We can deal with trolls. Trolls are not really a problem. Let's have you move forward. We'll take care of this troll first, and then... Ooh, we also have a Spectral Troll zooming in there at the speed of Troll. We can deal with a Spectral Troll. But first I want to take care of the... Yep, I want to take care of you. And here is a giant troll's head. We'll take it. And a amulet. And now we'll take care of you. Few more hits and you're gone. Now what is this magical amulet? This is an amulet you do not know the identity of. Wow, this might be quite powerful. This is quite powerful. The Heart of the Mountain. During a skirmish between a powerful water elemental and a powerful earth elemental, a tiny fragment of the latter broke off. An orc fleeing the site of the battle snatched the fragment up as she ran. This she gave to her tribe shaman, who immediately recognized its power and fashioned it into an amulet. The Heart of the Mountain is of particular use to those who do the ghost dance. Such folk dwell at least partly in the realm of the spirits. The amulet forges a stronger connection twixt them and the earth, lending its wearer strength in the face of physical adversity. Unfortunately, this is only usable by a shaman, but if we had a shaman, that shaman would gain +2 armor class and 10 more hit points for each of the summoned spirits that they conjure forth. It's a shame, but we'll just settle with having that as something to sell. And here is the giant troll's head. After slaying the troll, you've obtained his decapitated head. What are we going to do with it? Who knows? Let's see if we can find... I don't like that sinister glow, and against my better judgment, I'm going to rest. Who wants to bet the Slayer is going to say hello and try and kill us? No!
Yes.
No Slayer!
Nothing to it.
Fair enough. Let's keep looking around. This place is a momentary relapse. It has little to do with the testing. That you found your way here at all is interesting. We shall see how this affects your final evaluation. You are to proceed to judgment when ready. I would like to further explore this area first. There is something odd about the altar. It shall be as you say. I shall be here when you are prepared. There is something odd about that altar. Let's go have a look at it. We'll also check for traps, just in case. Anything over here? Nope, absolutely nothing. Apart from a very big drop that leads to nothing. Now let's look at this altar. There's nothing there, but if I were to, for instance, to put the head there, what would happen? When the head is placed on the altar, the room rumbles and the head disappears. A gruff voice speaks a word in a guttural language and an item appears on the altar. We've lost the head and gained a magical club. We had no use for the head, so I'm not going to say no to this. This is the Bone Club, +2, +3 versus undead. This vicious club was created hundreds of years ago, reportedly by a shaman on a quest for revenge. His family had fallen to undead, and so personal was his rage that he amputated his own leg, using the femur for the body of the weapon. Magical runes empower it, though it is likely the sheer force of the shaman's hatred would have served on its own. Also, seems a bit counterintuitive to take off your own leg to make a weapon. You kind of needed that to move around quickly. Either way, it's a +2 weapon that is +5 versus undead. It's really powerful, and I'm actually going to have you hold on to it. We may need that +5 weapon at some point. I think we've done all we can here, though, so let's move on. We've had that before. I'm prepared to move to judgment. Steel yourself. We go. And here we are. And now comes judgment. Have your thoughts been focused by your ordeal? Have you gained clarity? Who can say? It has been quite some time since the process has been refined. Really, I do not think you were intended to survive. But I will fulfill my purpose as best I can and use your own words to judge your fate. Your will is satisfactory. You have passed what tests I had to offer. This session is now done. You are free. And with that, we gained a lot of experience, and Edwin has gained a level. I won't say no to Edwin gaining more levels. Lots of save reductions, Thacker reduction, 6th, 7th, and 8th level spells, and an additional hit point. My, you're gaining hit points at the rate of not very quickly at all. But we have 4 level 8 spell slots. And we have so many things that we could put in those slots. Protection from energy confers 75% immunity to all energy damage. Power Word Blind just blinds people, and that's pretty useful. Incendiary Cloud deals a lot of damage per level. 1d4 per level of the caster each round. Memorizing that. Simulacrum. I'm going to memorize this even though it's not a very powerful spell. It does give us a second Edwin, and we could do with having more arcane spell power in certain fights. It lasts for 1 round per level, more than long enough. We have Summoned Fiend. We really don't want to do this if the party is not protected from evil. Pierce Shield is pretty useful because it lowers magic resistance. Let's actually prepare that. And finally, Symbol of Death may be quite useful. Symbol of Death might be quite useful. I actually want to prepare Power Word Blind so that we can blind really dangerous melee foes. I'll probably gain more powerful spells as time goes on, but for now, that is what I'm going to get ready. And the way out is just over there. There's also something hidden away over here. Always a good idea to examine places before you move on. Hopefully there weren't any goodies in that room with those kobolds. It's just a ring. Okay, it's just a ring. I'm gonna save before we get out of here, though. Definitely want to save. Let's go.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Ah, there you are. I see that you've weathered the storms of this place with reasonable pluck and health. It does me good to see you alive.
I face treachery at every turn. Tell me why I shouldn't kill you. Such hostility, and our wager is well earned. It is, however, misdirected. I do not wish to be your enemy here. You've done a lot to make us your enemy, Seaman. You better say something quickly to change Terry's mind. Irenicus pushes ever forward, though I cannot see how I will profit. The lady gave me as hardly compensation. Better that this place were free for the looting. I offer advice to foster a trust, and you may determine the value as you wish. It is simple enough for the moment, and will save you in the long run. Speak then, and I will listen. Irenicus is a power indeed. I have seen no chips in his armour of spells. You would need an army to face him, and I suggest that there is one to be had. The inmates of his place are a resource to be tapped. Release them, and their anger and frustrations will strike at Irenicus. That is my suggestion, and I'll leave the workings of it to you. Upstairs your army awaits. Use it, or you will perish. We have no need of support from mad wizards. We have enough magic. Let us attack Irenicus now. I am loath to listen too closely to the words of the human, but his advice may be wise. Let us at least see if these mad wizards can be released and harnessed. And off Seaman goes.
Yes,
We do
whatever
need
you
to
want.
oppose Irenicus. We're not going to get very far otherwise. Apart from over there, there is a portal there that could be our way out. We're not going to check that out right now, though.
Bodhi has disappointed me by letting you live, but the results are the same in the end. You should have fled when you had the chance to do so.
Uh-oh. You were a fool to think you could attack me without help. I know you inside and out. I've taken your very soul. I have no use for the rest of you.
I need it.
That's what happens if you decide to go against Irenicus without getting that army. Don't do it.
Anything that gets in our way
gather your
will
party
be
before
very
venturing
difficult.
forth.
There you are.
Let's go through
I
this
see that you've
dialogue
weathered
again.
the storms of this place with reasonable pluck and health.
There we go.
Does me good to see you alive.
Now let's not go into this room and instead have a look around everywhere else first. This is where Irenicus is hanging out. I'm sure Irenicus knows what we're doing, but Irenicus seems content to let us walk. This door is locked, and see what we can do. And we cannot open it. I imagine we can't open any of these. Can't open that. Can't open that. Can we open this one? No. What about this one? Nope. What about this one? Aha! We can open up this one. And in here are a few goodies that we can get. And I'm going to check to see if they're trapped. Are they? Doesn't seem like it. We have the first journal of John Irenicus. Ooh, we have some reading. We also have, I was about to say mundane ammunition, and then I saw all of that. We have some definitely non-mundane ammunition at the bottom of this. Lots and lots of these Darts of wounding. The game is really keen on handing us darts of wounding, and these are arrows of dispelling. They are very useful indeed. These are less useful. You can hold on to them for now. Let's read this journal. No doubt these texts will prove to be an embarrassing legacy, but I must order my thoughts herein lest they spill from my accursed mind. Spellhold is in my control. Once recovered from my torpor, I made short work of what defences were there. Coordinator Wanev conveniently removed himself, suffering a peculiar reaction to a spell of mine. I forget what it was. Perhaps something I heard in the temples of Soldanesala. Does it even matter now? My condition grows worse, and what I remember of my home is fleeting. I see images of family whose names I cannot recall, and dreams of emotions I no longer feel as vividly. On occasion I sense nature as if she were my mother, as though never removed from her bosom, but such moments are few. I bear the hallmarks of senility with the rage and power of a young elf to lament it. Bodhi endured the curse much better than I do now, but she was more focused and, more importantly, undead. She is now thoroughly seduced by her vampiric condition, despite its previous failure to counteract the death sentence she was under. She had embraced her mortality, excited by the urgency of it, but now she is confused. Emmeline's soul has restored her, but her motives remain transparent, even simplistic. She revels in her carnal nature, even as the elf within despises the creature she has become. I would pity my sister, if I were capable, but emotions come to me only in violent outbursts. Elsemi has taken my ability to truly feel, and I am left with the threadbare heart of a human, or some other short-lived vermin. I will not suffer this much longer. Spellhold has met my needs quite well. They had made a practice of experimenting on inmates here for quite some time, though in a barbaric fashion. I refined their instruments and have finished preparing the necessary rituals. I am quite through with Emmeline, though she can still serve as bait. I am certain Terry Coleman will make an appearance sooner or later. Bodhi has delivered more assassins than I had asked for. I disposed of some in advance, but it seems such a waste. I think she has done this on purpose, as she has taken to releasing the extras in the maze below and hunting them at her leisure. I marvel at her hunger and how she seems so alive in her undeath. Perhaps it is the soul of Emmeline. Soon I shall see for myself. Terry Coleman had best hurry. There was an urgency in that journal entry. An urgency for Terry's soul. He now has Terry's soul, but is that going to be enough?
I'm busy,
It
okay?
doesn't sound like it, considering that we know he's planning some kind of invasion. And when we come back, folks, we're going to head upstairs and see if we can get that army ready. We need that army if we're going to have any hope of opposing Irenicus. And we definitely want to oppose him. We want our soul back, after all. Though I doubt beating him will make him hand it over. If that's even possible. I hope it is. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.